Opportunities that are laid out before us, it's important to add value to ourselves. And it's on this basis that we are talking on leveraging your IT skills. Very quickly, we'll be looking at some aspect of IT that we need to leverage on. Number one is productivity. Number two is collaboration. Number three is cybersecurity and IT trends. And then how we can skill up so that we can, take hold of all these opportunities. So talking about productivity, there's what we call productivity suit, which virtually all of us here seated are familiar with, especially, those that are professionals, right? And more so for us as students. Now, productivity suits are a set of packages that you use for your day-to-day activity as a student and as a worker, as a professional. And that includes Outlook. How many of us are familiar with Outlook?
The productivity suit. Now, we are surprised to mention that productivity suits are very little too. Number one, Microsoft productivity suit. The number two is Google suit, now known as Google Workspace. Now, under Microsoft productivity suit, we have Outlook, which is for emailing, which we very much be using both as students and as professionals. We also have the Microsoft Office package that includes Excel, PowerPoint, Word, Access. And then we have OneDrive. How many of us are familiar with OneDrive? I'll be touching on OneDrive briefly. And then we have Microsoft Teams for virtual meetings, collaboration. We have SharePoint. How many of us have heard of Yammer? Very much familiar. I'm surprised. How do we? Now, Yammer is a social networking site that is exposed to only those within an organization. Just like Facebook, right? It's like Facebook for members of an organization. It's an intra-networking site. It's an intra-social networking site. And what that means is that the IP addresses are not exposed to the public, so the public don't have access to it. Now, Google also have a replica of what Microsoft has. They are both competitors. Either ways, their packages are different. So it is important for us as people, as young people, to acquire these relevant skills, because that is what will lay the foundation, to take on the opportunities that are before us. So it's good to know how to use the Outlook, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Teams, OneDrive, and SharePoint. SharePoint is an internet portal, usually exposed to members of the same organization. Within SharePoint, you can have what is called a team site, right? So organizations have various departments. So if you create a team site, you have a document library where documents relating to your department
stored, and permissions are only exclusive to members of that department. So those that are not members of that department, they don't have access to such. So that explains that. Let's move on to the next slide. The next slide. So the next slide talks about collaboration. Now, what is collaboration? Collaboration means working together to achieve efficiency, to improve productivity. And then there are quite a number of collaboration tools. We have tools for video conferencing. We have online repository for file sharing. We also have remote access tools. And you agree with me that some of these things is important to learn how to use them, because many of them, if not all, are minimal requirements for taking up opportunities that are before us. Now, we are familiar with Zoom, isn't it? Because some people are here connected to Zoom, watching this program live. So Zoom is a video conferencing tool. as well as Google Meet, Microsoft Teams. We have BlueJeans, we have GoToMeeting, we have WebEx, we have Whiteboard. There are so many of them. Zoom was particularly made more popular due to lockdown. There were existing video conferencing and unified collaboration tools before the lockdown, but Zoom was made popular before lockdown because many of these other tools, they required some level of subscription, but Zoom came up with a 40 minutes free section and everybody could latch in on it. And then when your 40 minutes section expires, you can then click the link again, to continue your conversation. So we also have online repository. What's a repository? It's simply an external, a cloud-based storage location. Now what that means is that all the documents you work on, your school work, your office work, they don't necessarily have to sit on your device, right? You could store them in a cloud repository. Now, the advantage that gives you is that it gives you anywhere, anytime, any device access. Because all you need to do is to lay your hands on a device, either a mobile device or a desktop, a laptop. You have internet connection, you log in, and then you have access to your documents, rather than carrying your PC everywhere. So that's the advantage that the online repository gives you. Of course, that includes Slack also. Programmers are the ones that use Slack oftentimes for collaboration. GitHub also, where you can store your code repository, those that work on codes, right? And the good thing is that whatever you work on, you can share with others. For example, you are a group in your class, they give you an assignment to do. You can all collaborate, you can all work simultaneously, at the same time with any of these tools.
OneDrive. OneDrive is a tool by Microsoft. It's an online storage application that has 1 terabyte of storage space in the cloud. All that means is that you can store everything on your physical laptop on OneDrive. You don't need to be bothered. Whether on your laptop or whether it's slides or whether anything happens. All you need is to access the device anywhere you are, whether you're on the road or the flight, there's an interview to submit your CV for. Just access the device and share it there. Lastly, we have remote access. Now, remote access has been made even more popular, with the trends of things. Number one is evidence. Now, what's the concept of remote access? That only means accessing a device that is not physically present with you. Those are technical IT programming. You have virtual machines. Any IT person here? Any IT people here? Okay, thank you. Now, you have virtual machines, set up in the cloud. Right? What's a virtual machine? It's just a replica of your physical device, physical laptop, storage space that are located, other resources that are located. Now, this is having your physical device present. You can just log into your virtual machine. It has the same interface as your physical computer, right? Now, to access your virtual machine, I give you an example. Your device in the house you could actually access your laptop in the house through any desk. Do you understand? Now, you want to walk outside, right? There's something you need urgently, and it's your physical laptop. All you need is let that laptop be up and running, connected to the internet. Through any desk, you can be working on your laptop at home. Whoso is using on that laptop, through any desk, that's even possible for any desk. Now, the other applications that makes it possible, also Senior makes it possible, and Central, some of you said it makes it possible. And most importantly, secrets. I don't know that use secrets. Students should use secrets. Now, secrets is an example of what they call a virtual desktop interface. A virtual desktop interface. Now, you have a server running. The server is just an instance of your physical device, but it has more resources allocated, right? Let's say your physical device has a storage location of 1 terabyte, right? But for a server, it has as much as 100 terabytes. Now, what that means is that
I can spin up several, virtual machines on that server and allocate from the 100 terabytes of storage space on those physical devices, right? And then I give you access to it. That's what happens. Now I can deploy all the applications you'll be using, all the line of business applications or educational applications, your digital learning platform. I will deploy everything on that virtual desktop.
Desktop interface. Then I give you login. So through Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, whatever browser it is, you just put in the login and you can access your device and you're working on it. You will understand. Now, it happens for students. That's what we use most times, for collaboration and working and all that. And then for those that do customer service jobs, those that work from home, those make use of Citrix. Now, there's a technology behind that we all know. It's a very good monitoring tool. In the past, workers and employers have been concerned about how to monitor the productivity of their workers, especially those working from home. I tell you, Citrix is the answer. You will know whether you are working or not. There are some applications that are run in the background that you are not privy to. It knows your time out. It knows how many hours or minutes you are away and working on your device. So please, next time you join a new job, work on a new job, and we give you some credentials to log on to Citrix, so that you are being monitored. Your productivity is being monitored. Over to the next slide. So, how do you safeguard your digital things? It's very important. Now, let's talk that are new here. The system is quite different from what it is where we are coming from, right? You see a lot of times the request for personal data. We need to be careful. We need to exercise restraint on the kind of data that we share with the public. You see, it says have your ATM, right? Your ATM card. For some branches, you want all your details. You are not number there. So where's the safety? So we have a responsibility to ensure that our digital space is well secured to guard against theft and intrusion. Now, your personal data is anything relating to you. Anything with which you can identify you as a person. Now, so personal data is very good. We have general personal data, we also have sensitive personal data. Now, any of these could be regarded as a unique identifier. What does a unique identifier mean? It means something that distincts you. It separates you from another person. An example is your MAC number, right? No two persons have the same matriculation number. In some instances, you could have the same name, like myself. When I was in university, somebody was hearing my surname, my name also. The difference between us was our middle names. And coincidentally, again, our middle names starts from O. Same was outside, but, the math number was what, separated us. Now, all these are your unique identifiers. With any of this information, people can gain access to you and exploit you. Therefore, it is important for us to be careful how we release
this information to the public. Now, somebody goes shopping. You use contactless payment system. How do you ensure that your safety is guaranteed? Number one, when you are paying for goods and services, ensure that you don't hand over your card to anybody, because they can snap your card and all the details are taken already, including your CVR, which is a 3-digit number at the back of your card. And with that, they can go and set up direct debit alert and other things on your card. They can also make purchases for goods and services. So ensure that at every point in time, when you are paying for services, you don't hand your card over to whoever it is that is attending to you. And when you do, please ensure that your eyes are on your card, because some people will take it to a corner and snap it and you won't know, and they can use all those details against you. Now, what you should know, what are your rights as a data subject? Now, there are some websites you also access, and then it pops up something and tells you cookies. Most times we accept it. My brother, my sister, please, going forward, don't just click on cookies. Take time to read it. Like myself, I don't accept cookies, right? What I do is that I reject it, or I only click on necessary cookies. Most times, when I'm online, I don't use the regular browsing interface. I do incognito. Now, what that means is that they cannot track your location and your online activities. If you log on to a browser today, you're on Google Chrome, you're on Internet Explorer, and you accept all the cookies, even the make of your system, the resolution, they've taken all that information, and you don't know what they use it for. Some of them sell it. Hackers can get access to those information and use it to your disadvantage. So please, going forward, before accepting cookies, please read through.
And be sure that you are not letting yourself out. There will be some debates because as a user of the internet, we are called data subjects, right? What is your safety as a data subject? When you accept to, but there are some instances where you are not given the option. You just accept you have to click. Now it's important to know this. You have the right to be informed. To be informed of what your data is being used for. Please ask if you are in doubt. You have the right of access to access your data. You see some employment agencies, when you want to apply for a job again, you tell you that you keep your CV for XY. By default, it is 3 years. If it is not stated, you keep your CV for 3 years. And I think we need to know this. Because sometimes you apply for a job, the same company, different CVs. My brothers and sisters, by law of GDPR, your CV is kept for 3 years. So by the time you are putting different instances of CVs, it's in their database, they are looking at it, they can see it, and all the time you're not getting response to your applications that are making. So please know this today. You have the right to inform whatever information you are giving out is being used for. You have the right to correct those information if things are changed. You have the right to delete the information if you don't know what information is stored. You have the right to temporarily suspend the process of your information and all that. Right to all that. Now, can I tell you something? It transcends beyond the information you supply on the internet. Now, there are some areas where you have CCTV. You know that it is against by the law of GDPR, General Data Rights Protection. It is against the rule for your picture, your images, your videos to be taken without your consent. That is why when you are approaching certain supermarkets or some places, they put an announcement here that CCTV images of footage is being taken. So if you lawfully enter into that zone, it means you have consented for your image to be taken. And you use for anything. So please, we need to bear that in mind and be very careful. Ultimately, to ensure that we are browsing safely at all times. Make sure that you know all these things so that you don't give ourselves out in the details to others. Next slide. So as we round up, what are the actions now? I know I talked about managing yourself, scaling up. First of all, let me really talk about tech trend. There's a tech trend in vogue now. I think it's very much their own. These are a lot of activity. Beautiful. I wish I had it and I would have done a live demonstration. ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence application, right? It's a chatbot that imitates human transaction. It's an aspect of IT called human computer interaction. So these are built on alongside machine learning and some other things. Now, as research students, as workers, even some of us as workers in job, there's nothing you do on ChatGPT that it won't give you an answer, right? If I want to prepare a message of holiness, and I type the answer, please give me a message of holiness, not more than 3 pages, give me everything I need. And I don't need to do much work. But beyond getting those information, we also need to put the work in, do some editing, and then fleshing it up so that it's not just be somebody else's idea. Lastly, talking about scaling up, we have understood the importance of leveraging the IT skills that we have. Collaboration, productivity, some of these skills are already existing. How do we move on from there? The practical opportunities and my brother has talked about. It is necessary to skill up. There are so many IT programs, IT courses that are online, many of them free of charge. You go on Udemy, you go on some of these websites, you have them free of charge. Just subscribe and you learn at your own pace. We have product management, right? You want to learn the entire life cycle. You're producing an application from start to implementation to the final product. Product management, you'll be able to. So you have ideas. You want ideas, you don't want to go about it. Let's say the cost of product management to help you. Then business analysis. How many of those what business analysis is all about? Let's say few of those. Now, business analysis is about elicitation, right? You want a company wants to make changes to an existing system, or they want to create a new application. You sit down with them, you take note of what we call assist, that's the existing situation in the company, right? And then to be, you ask them, what is called a BLIND. That's a business requirement document, right? And that forms the scope of what needs to be done. And then that is what the developers use to go and create the application. And then if you come in between, you start bringing changes. It's not all scope free, right? It's going to affect, the initial work that is to be done and affect the time of implementation also. Finally, we have data analysis, we have project management, we have quality assurance, we have content writing, we have customers of their quite a number of courses that we can do to skill up. I think that we take advantage of this opportunity, place us at the point point.
Can you capture it in your space? Don't worry, just go through it.